Hey guys, what's going on? We are back with another week of Monday Night Friendlies from ATX VGC. I am Nibs Plays Games, and alongside me is Gemma, Sir Wilson, and Chase, aka Tiki.
How's it going, y'all?
Yeah, so Gemma, do you want to go over what tonight's schedule looks like?
Yeah, for sure. So tonight we have a really special night lined up. We have 3 first-time battlers. In our very first game, we are going to have Lena versus Avi in our junior-senior matchup. In game 2, we will be featuring Charisma versus White Tiger. Game 3 will be the caster battle between Tiki and myself. Then for game 4, we're going to have Nibs versus Bat, who it looks like Bat's hanging out in chat, just dropped some very cool-looking toga kiss. Hey, Coach Sam.
And a senior for the first time in our Monday Night Friendly history here since we've been going up. I think it's been since, like May at this point? And actually for our very first time as well, alongside me tonight for the next couple of matches is not Roller Coaster, it is actually Sir Wilson.
Thanks, Nibs. Glad to be here. And yeah, you're totally right. Those first two plays were really good. Love seeing the Drexel Clefairy. Know that's really strong. And the Noctowl was a real surprise to see.
Yeah, Noctowl was very cool. I know we saw Woof. I think it got to #1 on Battle Stadium with Noctowl. I mean, that was a while ago. That was like Series 4, I think. But
wow.
Super Bowl weekend, I heard. I hear.
That's way back. Wow.
That
okay.
Yeah, that's back in February.
Yeah.
Wow.
Jeez. It's hard to think we've been going that long, but anyways, love to see it come in. It's great usage. Love the double fairy.
Oh, that's right. And I'm sorry.
Yeah.
In the chat there, looks like ATX VGC said superb owl, and that's true. I do remember that being a thing now. Actually, it was superb owl weekend, and we've been messing around a little bit there, Will, with the double fairy.
Indeed, yes.
How fun is that to watch?
I love it. I love that typing so much. It was one of my favorite things coming with 6th generation back when that was introduced. And yeah, El Creamy Sylveon's pretty cool, but we've got a little bit of different combination that we'll get to see later.
All right.
So tonight, yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, so it looks like we just have Charisma here versus Tigers, and they're searching right now as we're looking for our next matchup here. That's all I was gonna say. What were you gonna say there, Will?
Same. I'm ready to jump into this. Hopefully they get connected soon because I want to see who's bringing what. I've battled both of these guys, as I'm sure you've battled both of them by now, and they bring interesting teams. Love to see what they got tonight.
Very, very fun to watch. Very good players. Fun community. By the way, guys, while we're waiting, this is a pretty reasonable time to go ahead and plug our Discord. If you want to be here on our Monday nights, this is an every Monday night thing where we do viewer battles, and it actually started out with just the ATX, just the 5 of us, I guess, battling one another, commentating our battles, and since then our community has grown to the point where I think last week we had our very first time where we didn't have a single commentator in a single battle. So that's pretty cool. We are growing. If you guys want to grow with us and want to be a part of it, join our Discord. Sign up on Thursdays, every Thursday at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time here in the United States of America. As that's where we're from. We are all, the 5 of us are based in Austin, Texas here, as we are ATX VGC. And that being said, Will, I guess we might as well go ahead and plug our very own what we got going on.
Yeah, of course. Well, we got a minute. So Nibs and I last week started a recorded and streamed Rival Lock challenge. I am a huge Nuzlocker. That's mostly what I played before I got into VGC with y'all, but super excited to have someone to play along with. And the Nuzlocke challenge, but the special feature of Rival Lock is that we actually battle and we'll trade. Well, we'll come back to that later. Looks like we're getting ready for Charisma and Tiger's getting connected.
All right, very, very fun. So yeah, under our cameras here, you can see where you can find us on our social media. So go ahead and do that if you want to follow us and know when we are doing what we're doing. So
Yeah, please come hang out with us while we play.
please hang out with us. Somebody's got to.
Did I see Weezing? Oh my gosh.
I know I saw Anchor, I'm pretty sure. Oh, I did.
Yes. All right.
Cool.
That's
so this team looks very fun. Looks like I'll go ahead and say Charisma's team. He's got the Tracheon, Volcarona, Weezing, regular Weezing. Delmai's got the Tell, who's very cool. You don't see that very often, and the Rodom Wash.
Yeah, and then for Tigers, looks like he's bringing the Clefairy, Duraludon, Porygon Z, Talonflame, Urshifu, and Zoroark. Would you guess it's going to be Water Urshifu with the Dark type already in Zoroark on the team?
Yeah, I would think that because, I mean, if that Urshifu gets close combated, it doesn't really have much of a switch in or a chance really, or yeah, I just don't see that being the Dark type. I mean, I could be wrong. I've been wrong before, but as you mentioned, I do definitely see that being the Water type.
Excellent cards, gentlemen.
Very cool.
Dressed for the occasion. All right. So let's see. We've got Tigers is leading with the standard Clefairy Porygon Z combination. So threatening, so powerful.
Oh, and we see the Weezing Volcarona combination there. So some interesting leads. We're going to see the neutralizing gas. I don't think that really cancels out any abilities here, except for maybe even Volcarona's very own Flame Body, but I don't think that's really going to do much in this instance.
Well, if it's neutralizing that Friend Guard, that'll definitely help, but it looks like
that's true.
Charisma's not going for a very offensive start, looking to get that taunt onto Clefairy. And no surprise, we see Porygon Z going to be Dynamaxed right away.
All right, and do we just assume that that's going to be a Max Strike going right into that Volcarona to start things off, or?
Maybe into the Weezing. When I see Weezing and neutralizing gas, I want to get rid of it because abilities are such a huge part of the game. And with Clefairy, that helping hand, something is taking a lot of damage.
So we just see that turn one Struggle Bug coming from that Volcarona as it is faster than that Porygon Z. Just gonna do a little bit of chip damage there, subtracting from that special attack as we see that Max Strike come out into the Volcarona slot as predicted, getting it down to the sash. So we do see the item on the Volcarona there. So pretty good turn one there, giving us some information going forward.
Indeed. And 45 Mice in the chat also mentioned that adaptability on Porygon is neutralized. So that still did quite a lot of damage without the adaptability included, but the helping hand came through. All right, and looks like Volcarona is going to make one last turn. Maybe put down some more reduction. Speed reduction String Shot would be really helpful, especially after that speed drop from the Max Strike. Oh, it looks like opting in for Struggle Bug. And here we have Max Strike coming out into Weezing slot.
Wow, and that's
so
a straight
much
one
damage.
shot. Oh, it's a crit. I don't know that the crit mattered, but I kind of feel like it does after the drops there. So
Yeah,
we see the neutralizing gas wear out, and Struggle Bug comes back out once again. Gonna go ahead and target down that Porygon Z slot.
That little itty bitty crit, every little bit helps taking down that threatening Porygon Z. Oh, and we do see an attack on the Clefairy running the Moonblast,
Wow.
which is enough to take down the Volcarona.
Clefairy gets the KO.
Oh, Tigers gets the double down in turn two. All right, and we see Charisma down to his last pair, bringing out the Rotom Wash and the Big Daddy Terrakion. All right.
So we haven't seen a max come from Charisma yet. I would go ahead and assume that it might not even be smart to get the max. I mean, the max into the Terrakion this turn might not be the best idea because it does lower the attack coming from the fighting type attack, but it might also be smarter as it won't lower your defenses.
Indeed. Yeah, and if you can get Rotom to just bring down that Porygon Z a little bit in order to get the damage off, maybe Porygon Z won't have anything to say about this Terrakion being Dynamax.
So we do see that Terrakion getting big here, as you mentioned. What do you think it does here? Maybe just a max knuckle into that Porygon Z, trying to clear it off the field as the Clefairy is taunted?
Absolutely. I say go for it. Get rid of the big threat. And then you got your full.
Wow.
That's enough to take it out, even with the front guard. And you've got 2 more Dynamax turns with Clefairy being taunted for at least 1 more turn.
Yeah, so we do see the with that max knuckle, it does go to +1 with the Terrakion, maybe allowing it to get a max rockfall going into anything the next turn, depending on what Tigers wants to bring out.
Yeah, and we haven't seen anything else from Tigers. He's still in his first 2 Pokemon, no switches. Clefairy's doing as much as it can with that little Moonblast. We see 16 damage in the Rotom Wash. All right, let's see. What does Tigers have in the back? Throwing out the Talonflame. You got a mixed type advantage with the flying being good against Terrakion, or neutralized, but the fire being at a pretty big disadvantage with both Rotom and Terrakion on the opposing side. Maybe setting up Tailwind is the best option for whatever the 4th Pokemon is the back is. Just accept Talonflame's only option is to throw in Tailwind, and Clefairy gets 1 more turn of Moonblast.
Yeah, so we do see that Tailwind come out from the Talonflame. Probably the smartest play to do there, as we do see the Max Quake coming in from the Terrakion into that Clefairy slot. Gonna be enough for the KO and get the double boost for the ally there with the special defense.
Wow, surprising. Yeah, good choice on Charisma's part, recognizing that Clefairy could actually be more threatening this turn, or at least next turn, with supporting whoever comes in the back. Oh, and that's why Rotom takes down Talonflame to the Focus Sash. So we've seen both Focus Sash Pokemon from this battle on each trainer's side.
So we do see that Urshifu come out. We still don't know. I don't think. I think
water.
it is. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it is water. Okay, no surprise. Guessed it right. So Urshifu maybe got enough to take it out. Oh nope, Max Guard and Terrakion, safe play there.
Oh, the Brave Bird actually goes into the Rotom slot. Gonna do about 40 to 50 HP, it looks like. And it is gonna go down to recoil damage there. I think the Max Guard coming from the Terrakion was probably the wise play there, as it is gonna be able to get a Rock Slide off potentially next turn after this Electro Web goes into the Urshifu, doing a lot of damage, bringing it down into the red. And the Electro Ball is gonna get the speed drop into the Urshifu.
Wow. The special defense on Urshifu is just so sad. That little Electro Web doing that much damage. But
yeah, that's crazy.
Rotom's probably still got some good investment in it. And now we see a 2-1 advantage for Charisma against Tigers as last stand.
Yeah, so that's crazy. We see Charisma lose 2 of his Pokemon within the first couple of turns. It looked like a lot of momentum coming from Tigers there. And now we have a 2v1 from Tigers and Charisma. So yeah, the Electro Ball will be enough to take out this Urshifu.
Get the knockout on Terrakion, the best you can do, but maybe Electro Web missed and you had a second chance, but Rotom hits that Electro Web, takes game 1 Charisma over Tigers. But it did come down really close, surprisingly, with Charisma taking 2 down so fast, making a strong comeback.
How fast was that game 1 there, Will?
Oh, that was one of the quickest that I've seen in a while. Usually we get some pretty solid stuff here, but that was sweep.
From both sides, too. Both sides just wanted to continuously KO the opposing Pokemon, and that was a really fast battle. Yeah, so Charisma taking the first game there. So with Charisma adjusting well to that Porygon Z plus Clefairy lead, do you see Charisma changing anything here?
I think he's had a really good idea bringing down as much damage as he could from the Porygon Z, and the neutralizing gas is super effective against that Clefairy. So I would understand why he would want to stick with it, but here we got maybe a different mix-up from Tigers, since he potentially has the most to gain from a change in his leads.
Yeah, I agree. So it did look like we saw the same selections there from Charisma side with the same leads and the same 4 as well. And we do see the same leads as game 1 coming out from Tigers as well. It is going to be that Porygon Z Clefairy lead, which is so common, it seems, in Series 6. So common.
Oh no! Oh, that's such an interesting interaction. You see the neutralizing gas wear off Zoroark's illusion. Oh, you have no illusion now, Zoroark. Oh, that could have been so good, but the neutralizing gas was effective right
That's
away.
That's really cool.
All right, and we see, I believe this is Tigers coming out with the PZ Max, sticking strong with it. It's going to be the most damage you can probably get out of your Dynamax, even without Clefairy on the field. Let's see. What does Zoroark want to do?
So we do see the Protect coming into the Weezing slot there. Scary Face comes out from the Zoroark. Looks like it's targeting down the Volcarona. Gonna slow its speed down harshly. So that Max Strike comes out into the Weezing. Not gonna do a whole lot through the Protect, but it does get damage off through the Protect, which is always nice.
And then another speed reduction into both slots, making Volcarona at -3. So that Struggle Bug is not going to be effective this turn, but next turn, oh, and it's enough to take down Zoroark.
It's a crit!
The crit to the Sash. You know, is that Focus Sash? I haven't seen it triggered yet.
No, we saw
wow.
Focus Sash was on the Talonflame, I think, wasn't it?
That's right. Yeah, that's right. That was just a great hang on through the crit for Zoroark there.
Yeah, so it looks like Charisma's thinking about a switch here, which I don't necessarily think is a bad play, because if something doesn't switch out, then something might die. But you need to be careful that whatever you switch in here does not also die.
All right, there goes the Zoroark. Maybe it'll get a chance to use its illusion for one final switch in later on. And we knew Clefairy was coming back since it featured before. The neutralizing gas is gone. Weezing goes in. Terrakion comes back out in its place. And PZ freely takes off a Max Strike.
Wow, and that does more than 50%. That's still pretty big even after the Struggle Bug. And the speed goes down. Life Orb damage takes the chip. Another Struggle Bug comes through, gonna do some more damage to Porygon Z and also lower the opposing Pokemon's special attack.
Volcarona's doing as much as it can, spamming that Struggle Bug, but it looks like we're going to see Terrakion on a little bit more defensive side. Maybe to just stall out that last turn of Dynamax without using a Max Guard. The PZ, if it takes one more Struggle Bug, maybe it won't have the power to take out Terrakion after it Dynamaxes, and then we could see another comeback from Charisma here. But Tigers is in a pretty safe position right here.
Yeah, that Porygon Z having one more turn of Dynamax is pretty big, I'd say. It probably is just going to target down this Terrakion with the Max Strike, but it's not going to do a crazy amount. But unfortunately, this Terrakion is going to be super slow, and it's not going to have a whole lot of health left. And we actually see the Max Darkness go into the Volcarona slot, which is kind of interesting. Gonna drop the Charisma's Pokemon's special defense here.
Yeah, that's an interesting move choice. You gotta imagine that's like Dark Pulse. Not a common move that I've seen in Porygon Z's. Normally they're running more elemental moves like Ice and Lightning, but the special defense drop definitely gonna come in a little bit that next turn. Maybe just enough to make the difference.
Yeah, so it looks like Charisma's idea of switching in the Terrakion there was kind of wearing away the Porygon Z's Dynamax, which is not a bad way to play around it. Porygon Z tends to really like to play fast and get the job done quickly.
And, oh yes, love it. Seeing the Weezing come back out. I'm so hyped for this Weezing being featured.
And it's going to be a big Hyper Beam coming from that Porygon Z, targeting down that Weezing slot, and it is enough to take it out.
Oh, What?
So that
Man.
neutralizing gas is gone once again, and that Porygon Z through the Life Orb damage there is going to bring it below 50%, and the Struggle Bug comes out one more time, so that Porygon Z is going to be dropped down to, I think, -3 special attack.
Yeah, I could have sworn that had to be a crit. I thought Weezing would take that for sure, at least maybe a little bit in the red, but that was a powerful Hyper Beam. And love seeing the animation. We don't get to see that very often here. Most people, it's usually the Dynamax. All right, Terrakions back in. Volcarona's here on the field running support. And we've still got Peasy and Clefairy like holding strong for Tiger's side of the field. Not a lot of damage been done yet. Rotom's coming back in for the Volcarona, reset some of those drops. Clefairy going with the follow me, and the Terrakion is going to be redirected, except it doesn't have to be because it's Rock Slide.
Yeah, and that Porygon Z must recharge, so we do see the Terrakion is going to be faster than that Porygon Z in the next turn. So if this Rock Slide connects, if Charisma opts for the Rock Slide, it will be the end of this Porygon Z this time around, and judging by that damage output into the Clefairy slot, it will likely be enough to knock both of them out.
Yeah, and I just want to give credit to Charisma with his switches here. With all the stat reductions that he's dealt with, he's kept himself enough in the game with all the switching that he's done to keep his Pokemon strong and moderately healthy enough to come back in and after the Dynamax and bring down that Clefairy, losing the Friend Guard, and now we'll see Tiger's one of the first Pokemon in the back coming out. Who do you think we got?
It's tough to say.
I'm hoping to see that Duraludon.
Well, we know we have the Zoroark, and there it is. It comes out now.
That's true.
Coming back out. It is on 1 HP.
So yeah, no illusion. That's a
Zoroark is reasonably fast, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes, indeed. I don't know its exact speed stat, but it is up there. I'm curious as to why the illusion didn't proc. I could have sworn that we'd see the fourth Pokemon, but I'm not sure why not. Mm-hmm. Haven't seen that before.
We do see the Struggle Bug come out, and it is going to be enough to take out both opposing Pokemon here for Charisma.
Wow. Clean turn. Volcarona had the safe Struggle Bug, double down, and now we've got a 2v1 Charisma versus Tigers in the last tier.
Yeah, and I would like to note that Charisma has still not used his Dynamax here, so
true.
Still plenty of life there from Charisma's side, and that Urshifu is alone. Urshifu versus the world.
Yeah, and I believe Rotom is still healthy in the back, so got a long battle ahead if this Urshifu is able to pull it off. Potentially, I think the best play if you have Aqua Jet to take down the Terrakion and know that this Volcarona doesn't have a lot to offer. Do see the close combat. It's a lot of damage. That may be just enough for Volcarona to clean up.
String Shot coming out once again, going into the Urshifu. Gonna slow it down. Mm-hmm. Surging Strike comes out. Looks like it's targeting down. Likely that Volcarona slot, if I were to guess. Yes, it is. It's going to get the clean KO into that. We see the crit, as Urshifu is known for being the master of the crit, master of the fists.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that Rotom being the last Pokemon in the back there, after that String Shot might have been the right play there because it's not going to be able to outspeed anything. The only option for Tigers here is to probably Aqua Jet that Terrakion, and we saw that Terrakion has Protect, so not a whole lot that Tigers is going to be able to do here.
No, that was definitely a safe move, getting the String Shot. Now you know Urshifu is severely less threatening, and you can safely go for an attack on the Terrakion. Looks like there was no Aqua Jet to be used here, so no priority whatsoever. And Terrakion takes down Urshifu, and Charisma cleans it up for 2 over Tigers.
Yeah, very fun set there. Very fun. It's really cool to see Porygon Z and Clefairy. It seems like it's kind of a dominating lead to start things off. If you go into the, we were kind of messing around with the, the Victory Tower or Battle Tower teams that we were looking at the other day, Will?
Yeah, believe that was the Rose Tower tournament teams. It was like 16 teams, and did get to see some of those Pokemon featured in a lot of those teams with a lot of unique sets. And I still can't get enough hype for that Weezing. Finally making that show, and it's not
really cool.
Galarian Weezing either. Kantonian Weezing featured here on our Monday Night Friendlies.
Very cool, very fun. So, guys, we will be right back. We're going to cut to our Be Right Back screen really fast, and we will get into our third set here.
Hey, you like that video? We think you should check this out, and YouTube thinks you should check this one out. And be sure to subscribe for more content.